Hello. Hi, it's Philip Cargom here. Thank you so much to Dean White for that lovely introductory film. He sent that in, and that was great to hear. And it's great to be with you. Welcome to Tea with the Druid 168, brought to you by the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. And here we are. And everybody's arriving from Orleans in France, North Tipperary and Arizona and California, Birmingham, Manitoba, Pender Island, British Columbia, Florence, Italy. That's fantastic. Jasmina is in Switzerland, Issaquah, Washington. Great, lovely to see you. I feel like playing you that film again because you're all arriving. You've missed the film at the beginning. Let's see how easy it is. It's only a few seconds. Let me play you the film again that Dean sent in just a few days ago. Let me see. Great, thank you, Dean. And the other thing that I want to tell you about before we start, or we've started, haven't we? So let me tell you about now, is a toy. I want to introduce you to a toy that you might enjoy. It's called, I'll paste up the URL. It's the BBC Sound Archive Department who've put all our archives online, and you can mix sounds. So just before we began, I decided to mix the sound of a kingbird of paradise, medium close-up soft sounds of dancing display song from the male, together with medium close-up to distant calls from other birds, together with distant sounds of running water. And I mixed that with the giant toad, close-up croaks from toad. And I'll play you the result. Hours of fun can be had with this this website. It's just I hope you can hear that. So you can just mix. You can take bird songs, nature sounds, music, horses clopping, and mix them together, and then download them onto your own computer. Isn't that great? Isn't that a lovely toy to play with? So there you go. And I will put in, because it's a little hard to find, I'll put in the URL into the comments. It's basically sound-effects.bbc rewind co UK. So there it is. Now I was sitting here. Tell me how you're feeling, first of all. It's an interesting time that we're going through. I just like to just type in a word for where you're at, just at this precise moment, not this morning, not this afternoon, just right now at this precise moment. Tell you that helps me to kind of feel connected with you and to kind of connect with you. Yeah. I was doing this exercise, and I was sitting here, and I was aware of of a kind of here we go. They're coming in now. Tired, exhausted, persevering, mellow, new, wonderful, overwhelmed, rested, frazzled, freaked out, feeling okay, energized, desperate to calm down, finding my roots, overstimulated. Yeah, busy. Okay, so there's that whole range of feelings that we have present here. And one of the things I was doing as I was sitting here preparing to be with you, I was aware of the pressure that I feel to come up with something that will be helpful, something that will introduce some calm, something that will solve a problem. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I realized that there's another way that I can approach this task of tea with a Druid, which is, while having a desire to be of help and all the rest of it, just simply bringing all of myself here, all the different parts of me, and sharing them with you, because we're all human beings together and we all have this whole variety of feelings and thoughts, so that all these experiences that you're relating, bejaggled, relaxed, a bit tired, unsettled, and so on, we all have them at different times. It's like a constantly shifting kaleidoscope. And that brought to mind straight away, I had an idea for what we can do together, which is we can take all the different parts of ourselves on a picnic. So we'll do that in a minute, but let me explain the rationale behind it, because there's, of course, a very serious and sensible rationale behind this. There's an idea in psychosynthesis, particularly, it's in other psychologies too, but I think it's the most developed in psychosynthesis, around the concept of what you might call subpersonalities. These are the cast of characters that exist within you. And it's fun to imagine that the different aspects of yourself are people. And try doing that now. Try and just to get an image or a sense of who they are, or the ones you're aware of at the moment, in a playful way. And to give you a sense of what I mean, I'm going to describe the ones that I'm aware of at the moment. There's always a schoolmistress around, and she's got glasses, and she kind of checks my grammar, and she's very pernickety. She's the perfectionist in me. And then I have a kind of ASBO thug, and ASBO is a sort of legal term in the UK. I think we still have them. What is it? Antisocial behavior order. It's where if you're disorderly in public and you're a thug, you can get an ASBO put on you. So he's a thug, and well, that's probably all you need to know. You don't want to hear any more about the cast of characters inside here, but we've all got them. So have a think about them. And what tends to happen is we tend to try and clear them off the stage, because when you go for a business meeting or you're seeing a client or whatever you're doing, you don't want the ASBO thug around. You might want the schoolmistress to be kind of near at hand to make sure your grammar is correct and all the rest of it. But you certainly don't want the whole family there. You don't want the whole crowd. What I'm suggesting is that we invite the whole family, because there's something about trying to ignore one of them, not attend to one of them because they're embarrassing or annoying or difficult, that can create problems for us. So let me just check that you're with me and you don't think I've gone mad. How synchronistic. One of my subpersonalities took me for a picnic near a river this morning. Francis, that's extraordinary. That's what I was going to suggest. We have a picnic with our subpersonalities. How fabulous. Let's see what Paul says. I love my shadow self. I have fully embraced her. I was able to find her and accept her through the shadow work that one needs to attain their higher light self. Oh, and then there is me in the middle. Ah, yes, exactly. We all have a bit of the ASBO in us sometimes. There's always, what was Julia saying? There's always a mischievous little imp trying to get out of me. Exactly, I know that imp very well. Oh, somebody's got a traffic warden. You can't stop here. And then there's the anarchist who's bloody well going to stop there. Yes. Christopher says one may often meet these subpersonalities in dreaming. Stephanie Wentland, internal family systems in counseling psychology. Yes. My Red this is fantastic. My Red Cross self has been telling off my martial arts mistress for wanting to kick a COVIDiot colleague out of the window. Yes, somebody's got a warrior princess. There's a goblin, even a dark. Yes, she is an imp too. I saw something about a goblin. I have a goblin in me that makes me collect random shiny things. You get this completely. This is fantastic. Somebody's doing telepathy with their these comments are coming so fast I can't read them. Yes, fantastic. Does this Patricia saying, does this include the ego? Well, we get in now into sort of models of the self and how you maybe the easiest way to Billy Bunter. Mine wears cranky pants sometimes, probably because my hermit is frustrated. Whoops. Ooh, here we go. Lovely. Party monster and hippie queen. Okay, so we've got the message. So, yes, the question about the ego. Let's make it simple and let's imagine the self, yourself, as a being that includes all these different characters in it. And then there's a central part of the self, which you could call the ego, which draws on or is intruded by these various different invaded by these different subpersonalities at different times. The idea is to develop strong ego strength, and then to love and own your cast of characters, because they each have, even the most difficult ones, have strengths in them and gifts for us, if only we would listen. And part of the aim of sort of psycho-spiritual work is to become aware of these characters, invite them out from the wings, as it were, and all the shadow work that somebody was mentioning about earlier, to invite them to develop a relationship with them and to discover their gifts and achieve a deeper level of integration. And then, there are transpersonal or spiritual dimensions that come into this, and it's a journey of development and growth, which is quite wonderful. So, should we do that? Let's take them on a picnic. And there's a way in which we see these visualizations and meditations as effortful. And let's not make it effortful at all. So let's do this as a kind of a reverie. So what I'm inviting you to do, if you wish to, and you don't have to, of course, please don't do this if you don't want to, just kind of listen and watch, and you can always do it later. But this is an invitation to a reverie, a kind of daydream where you might want to close your eyes because it's easier to visualize, but you don't have to. And imagine there's a really nice little sort of colorful bus outside that you've hired for the day, and just stand by the door and shout out, "Come on, everybody! Everybody's welcome. Just pile in." And open the door and see the little goblins and imps and hippie queens and warrior queens and schoolmistresses all piling in. I'll just give you a few moments to call them and have them get into the truck. And it's a really comfortable, safe people carrier. Plenty of room for everybody. There's always somebody late. One of those subpersonalities is always going to be the last one out. Come on. Okay, I think they're all here now. So you can close the door and get in the driving seat and drive them to a really beautiful spot in the country. So you imagine driving along and there's a hubbub of chatter. There might even be some music playing. And soon you've arrived at this lovely spot in the country, and there's this beautiful meadow, and it's just the right weather. The weather is perfect, not too hot, not too cold, dappled sunshine. There's some shade under the trees. and you ask everybody to carry stuff. And of course, the grumpy ones aren't going to refuse to carry things. The super helpful ones are going to carry far too much and do more than their share. But you just let people carry the stuff and bring it down, lay out the sheet or towel, or what is it, blanket, big blanket. And you sit down and now just pause for a moment. And just allow this sense that your family, all these people are here. And they're miraculously quiet just for this moment. They're quiet. And you say to them, you know, everyone, it's so lovely to have you here. I wish we'd done this before, but now we're doing this. This is so lovely. And this may sound really new agey and fluffy, but what I'd love us to do is just hold hands in a circle. Can we do that? Will you just indulge me? And they do, and they kind of make this nice, loose, informal circle. And you take one of their hands to your right, you take one of their hands to your left. And just slowly look around the circle, looking each one of them in the eye, smiling at them and sending them your love. And then you say, it's so beautiful here. Isn't it peaceful in the countryside here? Let's just give our love to the earth that we all love. And just gently let go of the hand to either side of you and put your hands on the earth. And gradually you see everyone copying you, so that we're all touching the earth together. And then you move your hands to your heart and says, you can bring these hands to your heart. And everybody just brings their own hands up to their own hearts. And you know that they're all receiving love. In the center of each of these beings, each of these members of your family, they're receiving warmth and love. And then you just invite everybody to have a little rest. And you lie down on the ground and you feel the earth beneath you. And it's bringing you a sense of peace and calm and tranquility. And you breathe in the fresh spring air. And it brings you refreshment and a sense of vitality. You can smell the trees and the flowers too, the spring flowers. And you feel the sunlight warming your body. Refreshed and strengthened at your roots. Filled with love and with energy and with peace. You all just sit up now and just eat some food together. Just imagine you're eating some cake, maybe passing some cake around. Everybody's taking a piece of the cake, eating it. You're pouring the drinks. The glasses get passed around. And when everybody has a drink in their hands, you say, I raise a toast to us all. And everybody drinks. Slanche. Cheers. And then knowing that you can come back to this meadow whenever you like, you just quietly pack everything up. It's so easy. Just a few folds of the cloth, pop things in a few bags, and you go back to the coloured bus. But somehow things are different now. It feels good to be together, and you get in the bus, and the bus drives back through the countryside till it arrives at your house. And then everybody goes back into the house. And gradually you become aware of being seated at home in front of your computer screen or your tablet as you allow the scene to fade from your eyes, from your inner vision. You only gently stretch your fingers and toes and open your eyes. And so let's have a look at a few comments. That's lovely. I want to hire a bus now and do this. There was a mixture of goblins, mistresses, and all sorts. We sat on a hillside near the sea. This was a lovely meditation, Dean. And thank you, Dean, for your lovely film that opened it. And yes, it makes you want to do it, doesn't it? It makes you want to get all your friends to dress up as your different subpersonalities and get them to pile into a bus. Sasha, yes. Now, you'll notice, Sasha, that this meditation was very short and very playful. And the reason for that is not only is this the context for these Tea with the Druids, that they're just short and sweet once a week to introduce all sorts of different ideas around the spiritual life and around Druidry and nature, spirituality, and so on. But all of this work really touches on very, very deep stuff, and it's ongoing work. So they're deliberately short for that reason. But as you say, you can try it again at another time. Wonderful. Great. Okay. That's good. Thank heavens is all I can say. That's all I can say, Corin. Yes. Okay, so right. Look, thank you all for being here. It's great to be together, and many blessings. And if you get to, for those of you who were late, if you, I know we probably spend far too much time on our computers, but I'm going to paste in again a URL of a BBC website where you can mix. They have something like 3,000 sounds from nature and various other sound effects, and they allow you to mix them and download them and listen to them and so on. And at the beginning of this what do we call it? I was going to say show. Maybe it's a show. The beginning of this thing that we do, this tea session, I played a buffalo toad, a giant toad, and a king bird of paradise, which I just mixed together. And Black Duncan had the Wombles picnic. Fantastic. So have a lovely weekend. Many blessings. And I very much look forward to seeing you next weekend. Okay, bye. I'm going to read all your crazy comments when I've got a cup of tea.